You found Stryker of Enyo, and the following is an excerpt from my main video, I Play Every Xbox Live Arcade Game Part 1, a massive 3-hour experience that I encourage you to check out if you like what you see here. This is just a small segment, or it may be a collection of content from that larger video. Check my channel for more.
Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Remedy Entertainment has always put a lot of thought and time behind their idea of Alan Wake, but they always have meant for each game to be a complete story on its own. The first Alan Wake game was meant to be like Season 1, with the DLC content becoming a short miniseries, or like a TV movie event that would bridge the gap between going into Season 2, which would be Alan Wake 2. So where does Alan Wake's American Nightmare fit in? Well, this was announced to be a standalone XBLA game, and it was meant to expand the world of Alan Wake, but not necessarily expand the story. The story in this game could be an attempt by Alan to get out of the dark place, but nothing has ever been confirmed by Remedy themselves, so it's just speculation. The story mode in Alan Wake's American Nightmare plays out like an old episode of the Twilight Zone series, complete with a Rod Sterling sound-alike narrator. In the Alan Wake universe, the show is called Night Springs, and this game takes place inside of an episode of the show. It's been 2 years after the first game, and it continues Alan's battle with Mr. Scratch. Alan is collecting pages from his The Return manuscript, which is what he was working on at the end of the DLC. This is a much more action-focused game than the narrative-driven nature of the original. You also have access to more weapons than before, multiple pistols, shotguns, and even an assault rifle. The same flashlight mechanic from the first game is back. In the game itself, you usually need to find 3 items and put them in their place, and then you need to do this on 3 different maps. In the end, you are trying to get everything put in the right place, only to find out it didn't work, and that the signal that you desperately needed didn't go through. So now you are reset back to the beginning area. You need to complete this loop a total of 3 times before you get it right. Now, it's not exactly the same game each time, there are some differences, and each loop is a bit shorter the next time you do it. Characters do seem to remember talking to you in the previous loops, and there are some interesting conversations and dialogue with them as Alan explains what's going on with him. The story for this game is actually really good. The voice acting is solid, and the writing expands on what you learned in the first game and the DLC. Still, you are playing the same 3 maps 3 times. As I got to the end of the second loop, I was still interested enough to keep pushing forward. They throw a lot more enemies at you as things go on, but you do have ample health and ammo pickups as long as you look around for them. And if you have the required number of pages, you can unlock more powerful weapons in the weapon crates as you repeat those loops. The assault rifle was awesome. By the 3rd repeat, it does get a little annoying, but stick with it, the story is worth it.
You should be careful, I mean really careful.
Yeah, I
Damn it, Spillage, stop ruining my recordings. You're nearly the only one on my friends list that still signs into their 360.
The game also has an arcade mode. You need to survive for 10 minutes total against waves of increasingly difficult enemies across 5 different maps. The maps are small and points are earned for enemies killed. You are also awarded score streaks for kills, successfully dodging attacks, and for not taking damage. All of this affects your multiplier, which determines your overall score. It might seem like the arcade mode is a throwaway gimmick, but you're encouraged to keep coming back since the journal entries that you find in story mode unlock weapons in the arcade mode. It's fun trying to beat your top score, and having additional weapons makes things easier. It's just a shame that this mode doesn't have a cooperative multiplayer aspect to it. 8 out of 10 for the whole package. The story mode should last a little under 5 hours, and the combat introduces more weapons and more enemies than the original Alan Wake, and the mechanics work a bit better. The Enlightened Tomb of the official Xbox magazine gave this a 4-page review for it. They gave it an 8.5. Well worth it.
very peculiar signal.
The dialogue is well written, and damn, lady, them some big old tits.
Go ahead and bust those out, bitch. Go ahead and bust the tits out now. Go ahead and bust the tits out, baby. Go ahead and bust the tits out, baby. Go ahead and bust the tits out, baby. Gotta bust those tits out, baby. Gotta go ahead and bust the tits out, baby. Gotta go ahead and bust the tits out. Gotta go.
Tell him, Mark. I wouldn't mind being trapped in this dreamlike place here myself. Dear God, those are some nice fiery biscuits.
American Nightmare was not packaged along with the new Alan Wake remastered version, so you do need to buy it separately. Fans of Alan Wake and the lore will find a lot to love. You really should play the original game though, and the DLC first, because American Nightmare does basically spoil several events from the first game. This game sold 100,000 copies by December 2012, and to date it has moved at least 190,000 copies.
If you want to watch the main video that this segment was taken from, I play every Xbox Live arcade game part 1, well, you can click on the entire thing over on the left side of the screen. Or you can check the playlist on the right side for more content and more stuff that's in that series. As always, thanks for watching.